in a relationship where one person is a robot neckbeard and the other is a cat-baby hybrid. Me and my channel try to do the impossible, make a guide on how to avoid divorce. I'm TrebleKnight, I'm an INFP, and you guys, I have a type. It's INTP. I don't know what it is, but for friends or dates, I'm just drawn to INTPs like an ISTJ is drawn to a rule book. Maybe it's the purple potion. I am thirsty. Let's be honest. There aren't many personality types INFPs are compatible with because y'all suck. Meanwhile, INTPs are pretty much compatible with everyone. They're kind of like the ditto of MBTI. So yeah, INFPs have a lot more to lose here. But I have 4 tips to help you survive a relationship with an INTP or an INFP. Be intellectual. Both INFPs and INTPs are intuitive perceivers, so they spend a lot of time in their head. Both types are future-focused and even idealistic. They see the world they want to see, not the world that actually is. So bonus tip, be delusional. Basically, these relationships thrive on big convos. Talk about the future possibilities of AI. Talk about your crackpot conspiracy theories. Or even talk about your invention idea for a universal mute button. But whatever you do, avoid small talk. Like, unless there is an emoji NATO with freaking flamethrowers, neither type wants to talk about how crazy the weather is. Personally, the deep convos are one of my favorite parts about having a relationship with an INTP. The thing is, while the convos are great, problems can arise, which leads me to my next tip. Have thicker skin and a bigger heart. While INFPs like talking about ideas, they're not really into dissecting other people's ideas. We'll leave the probing to the aliens. We may see a plot hole in others' ideas, but we're unlikely to bring them up. Mostly because our own ideas have more holes than a cheese grater. So, you know, glass houses and stones. But INTPs live in a concrete house. They'll tear into your ideas like they would tear into a wrapped gift. To INTPs, ideas are like presents under a Christmas tree. Like, what's the point of not opening them? The problem is, wrapping paper is very sentimental to INFPs. Now, we should unwrap our ideas, even if that makes us as INFPs uncomfortable. But you don't need to break out the katana. Open the wrapping paper carefully. This will be awkward for both parties, but the results are worth it. So I'm relaunching my Patreon. I've turned it into a little behind-the-scenes kind of blog with some extra perks. So if you've ever wanted to see the behind-the-scenes of an INFP who actually gets stuff occasionally done, I do monthly AMAs, journal posts about projects I'm working on, and random other stuff that lives in my head. Oh, and a picture of my recording studio. Now don't get your hopes up, I'm a YouTuber with under 10k subs. Think less Disney and more redneck public access from Alabama. But it's a lot of fun, and by joining, you're really helping me out. Thanks. Now back to the video. Be in touch with your emotions, but not obsessed with them. I really enjoy talking to INTPs, but I often feel kind of cold at the end. Sure, I love talking about 13th century English folk music as much as the next guy. But for a friendship, or especially a romantic relationship, I need more of an emotional connection. Too often when I'm talking to an INTP, we have a fun chat, but things never get personal and the convo feels cold and pointless. So INTPs really need to work on connecting emotionally. When I hug an INTP, I don't want to feel like I'm hugging a snowman. On the other side, INFPs can get a little too much into their feelings. And emotions are often, or really always, really volatile. And here's the thing about INTPs. They're governed by logic, so they really don't like volatile emotions. For the love of Arceus, talk about the details. Both INTPs and INFPs are SE blind. This means they're pretty much out of touch with reality, and can be kinda clumsy. But hey, if you set up some hidden cameras, then you can be on every episode of America's Funniest Home Videos. INTPs and INFPs are big picture people, so they overlook all of the details. This can get both types into a lot of trouble, but it can become super problematic when they're trying to coordinate stuff with each other. You might have big plans for your holiday trip, but your partner has completely different ideas on the details. You know, come to think of it, this would probably also do really well on AFV. So before you do anything, just sit down and try to see SE. I know it's hard, but maybe you can adopt a sensor. I think the best tip I can give when dealing with an INFP and INTP relationship is to learn more about both types, which you can learn more by watching these two videos right here. What type relationship should I talk about next? Please comment down below, and also check out my Patreon if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, special thanks to my patrons, and I'll catch you guys all next time.